simpler. They would have had less choice. It would have been very seasonal because there's less chance of getting things from other areas.
I remember food from the garden, especially vegetables naturally, and fruit. I remember fruit trees, the taste of beautiful fruit straight from the tree.
I think in the past people were eating whatever it was there, growing naturally in that season. So it was more passive way to harvest food.
Well, I remember vividly my grandparents' veggie garden, so I believe they ate actually how we're starting to eat now.
Well, it must have been very healthy because they were healthy, mostly healthy people in those days.
I'd like to go back further than that. Since man walked out of the cave chasing his woman friend and then realised that there was wild animal around. The blood group, actually, which is quite interesting with caveman, was an A. Man had feudalised the countryside, and they're living in villages, and grains became the principal staple diet, and the blood group changed from an A to an O.
I grew up in a suburban block, just pretty much like this, with a huge backyard filled with organic vegetables, chooks and fruit trees that my parents grew.
It was all homegrown and fresh produce.
Okay, and where did your grandparents come from?
England.
Okay, so did they have like a little allotment?
Yeah,
they grew their own?
They used to go out to the farms and stuff.
And I believe the food that our grandparents gave us, straight from our backyard, fruit trees, fresh fruit and veg, is the best food that we could possibly have.
My dad was a farmer and he had his own allotment, so we grew up planting potatoes and harvesting them and growing beans and peas and all yummy.
And I was born in Holland, Amsterdam, and it wasn't until I was 9 years old that we immigrated to Australia. And all my childhood I had meat and 3 veg for dinner every night.
Food today had tremendous choice. I think that you have to be careful about what you do eat because there's so much more pesticides and insecticides used.
I eat lots of fruit and vegetables, which I never used to, and I like to get really nice meat, but I don't eat a great deal of meat. Bit of fish, bit of chicken, but mostly just good fruit and vegetables.
I think my own children eat a lot of processed food. Just when you go shopping, you look in people's trolleys and you can see that it's nearly all packaged processed food.
Today, generally, as a society, I think we eat poorly and too quickly. So
Today, I think people look at food as money, commodity. So they want to control a lot of artificial things going in.
Parents grew. That's where I got the inspiration to grow our own organic food that we do now and to try to be more sustainable.
All right. And what sort of food do you eat today?
Mostly processed food.
From where?
The shops.
Yeah?
Woolworths, Coles.
Do you eat many fresh veggies?
Not really. We eat veggies and stuff, just not our own.
Modern man today has a grouping of both A and O, but unfortunately with fast foods, I think there'll be a new blood group soon. It'll be an FF blood group.
I eat from my garden every single day. I grow an amazing range of plants in the subtropics here, and I feel as though I'm very well fed.
Self-sustaining as much as possible, a bit of bartering with the neighbours, swapping and sharing. Just think about your health and the health of the world.
Future, Veggie Village is my fresh fruit cult. Real fresh food people. The skills that they learn here, you know, using the worm farm, the compost and all that, hopefully they'll use to maintain their own healthy gardens later on.
But I believe that if we keep on planting and growing the food that's good for us, then we'll be a good example to our children and our grandchildren in the future, and hopefully they'll catch the growing bug from us.
And I really believe that this is the food of the future for growing here in a subtropical climate, because we can harvest these foods all year round in the garden with very little attention to them.
More stuff like this, homegrown stuff, fresh produce, less of the processed stuff.
Okay, so you come down here and grow your own down at
Yep.
Veggie Village.
We do.
Okay, so you eat fresh vegetables.
Yeah.
Just growing down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we could be a healthier nation because we're taught to eat properly, we will be the better for it nutritionally and financially. Say to any young kid who might be interested in farming, don't give up because it can be a wonderful lifestyle and you can do wondrous things for your country and your nation too.
Growing our food straight from their garden into the house, into the mouth. That's what we need to do.
Food of the future. Well, that's scary because unless we start to look at the past and take care of our soil, the food of the future is going to have more toxins and more poisons and probably kill us. We need to stop relying on supermarkets and grow our own food. It's more nutrient dense, it's healthier for us, it's organic, it's cheaper and it's fun.
Definitely more organic and cheaper, so most average people can afford to have it. And I'm sure we get some health benefits and we'll get into gardening and do our little bit.
In the future, I hope people look at the food as life. We are eating other species' life into our body, that's how we can live, you know? So people look at food as life, and it's you as well. It's all connected. It goes around as well. So you are eating who you are, who you want to be. Full of love, that's good.